India, a land of spirituality and mysterious stories, has been the center of beliefs related to ghosts, tantric powers, and mysterious spirits for centuries. Nowadays, discussions about these topics have intensified on YouTube and other social media platforms. But do these powers really exist, or are they just a figment of human imagination? Let's discuss this in detail. Ghosts and spirits, mystery and reality. In Sanskrit, Bhuta means one who lived in the past, and Preta is considered an unfulfilled soul. According to Hindu scriptures, ghosts and spirits are souls that are not liberated after death and wander the earth for some reason. It is believed that if a person dies an untimely death, or dies due to someone's violence, that soul goes into the spirit world. Hindu texts mention ghosts and spirits, but it is also said that through proper rites and religious rituals, souls can be liberated. Science doesn't accept this fact, but many people believe in their existence based on personal experiences. For example, the Dakini culture of Bengal, and at the Bhairabji temple in Rajasthan, people claim the presence of ghosts. From a scientific point of view, psychology connects these to pareidolia, seeing familiar patterns in random shapes, or sleep paralysis, scary experiences while sleeping. Cremation grounds and their energies. Cremation grounds have always been considered mysterious and scary places. It is considered the most suitable place for tantric practices because the energy of death is very high here. Many people believe that ghosts and negative energies are active in cremation grounds. Spiritual seekers and tantrics try to attain special powers by performing specific rituals here. Dispute. If the cremation ground's energy is so powerful, why don't the people who work here gain special powers? Fact. According to scientists, infrasound or low-frequency sound in cremation grounds can create fear in the mind. Yakshinis and yoginis, divine and mysterious feminine powers. Yakshinis and yoginis are mysterious, powerful women described in ancient texts. Yakshinis are considered servants of Kubera, while yoginis are associated with Mahakali and tantric powers. It is said that those who perform the right sadhana can attain siddhis, spiritual powers, from them. But if someone makes a mistake, they can also be extremely destructive. For example, the Chakradhar sect of Madhya Pradesh has a tradition of yogini worship. It's a fact that Yakshinis can be seen as psychological archetypes, or images from our collective unconscious. Tantric powers and practices. Tantra is often seen as a path to gaining power. Tantrics try to control both negative and positive energies through different practices. Some people think it's just superstition, while many tantrics present it as a scientific system. Question. If these mystics are so powerful, why couldn't they stop the COVID pandemic or wars? Witch, the ghostly woman of folklore. There are many stories about witches. According to Indian beliefs, if a woman dies with extreme pain and anger, she can become a witch. In some stories, witches are depicted as women with long hair, backward feet, and draped in a white sari. Many stories on YouTube show people claiming to have seen a witch. Scientific explanation. In psychology, this is called the female archetype of rage. Gods and demons, power and conflict. The struggle between gods and demons is important in Indian mythology. Gods are seen as symbols of positive, divine, and cosmic power, while demons represent negative, destructive, and evil forces. Gods like Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma are known as protectors of the world, while demons like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, and Mahishasura are considered symbols of evil. Psychological analysis. This struggle symbolizes the fight between good and evil within us. For example, the story of Durga and Mahishasura shows the battle between justice and oppression. In Indian religion and culture, special rituals and ceremonies are performed to ward off various negative energies. Havan, Yagna, Tantra mantra practices, and special prayers and worship are considered very effective for protection from negative forces. Pitra Tarpan, a special ritual performed to appease spirits and restless souls. Navarna Mantra Sadhana, a practice performed to gain the blessings of Mahakali, Tara, and other powerful deities. Rudrabhishek, the process of eliminating negative energies by worshipping Lord Shiva. Mahamrityunjay Jap, chanting special mantras for protection from evil forces and for health benefits. Hanuman Puja, reciting Hanuman Chalisa and Sundarkand for relief from troubles caused by evil spirits. The carbon dioxide released from the haven purifies the air. Chanting mantras calms the mind, similar to sound therapy. A yogi's perspective, do these energies really exist? Yogis believe that through meditation and spiritual practice, when a person connects their energy to higher realms, their consciousness experiences those cosmic forces that we perceive as gods, spirits, or other forms. Yoga says, as within, so without, meaning whatever is within us is also present throughout the universe. During meditation, when a seeker awakens their chakras, they experience these energies as mental images. These images are not proof of an external entity, but rather symbols of different states of our own consciousness. If proper guidance is not received before meditation, due to ignorance, this experience can seem frightening. In the yogic tradition, it is also believed that a mentally unstable person can subconsciously create frightening images, while trained yogis can control these energies. The yogic tradition believes that our consciousness is the source of all experiences. Instead of considering gods, divine powers, or other supernatural experiences as external entities, yoga views them as inner mental and spiritual projections. Yoga and consciousness. According to yoga philosophy, when a practitioner is absorbed in deep meditation, chanting, and spiritual practice, their consciousness connects with subtle energy levels. This connection provides the practitioner with various divine experiences. However, these experiences are not external realities, but rather inner mental and spiritual reflections. In yoga, it is said, Yata pinde tatha brahmande, meaning whatever is within us is also within the entire universe. When a practitioner awakens their energy centers, chakras, they experience specific energies, which can manifest as mental images or symbols. Mental forms of deities. According to the yogic perspective, deities and other divine symbols are actually reflections of our mental and emotional states. For example, Shiva or Durga are worshipped to gain strength and courage. Krishna or Buddha are meditated upon for love and compassion. In Christian tradition, angels are also considered guiding symbols in the form of mental images. Thus, yogic philosophy clarifies that all these deities and symbols originate from the subconscious mind, not from any external independent entity. Meditation, chanting, and mental experiences. In yoga practice, when a meditator chants mantras, their attention becomes focused, and their visualization power awakens. As meditation deepens, the meditator may have the following experiences. Mental images, glimpses of divine powers, deities, or supernatural forms. Deep peace, a feeling of connection with the inner self. Energy pulsations, awakening of the chakras and experience of subtle energy. These images that arise during meditation can seem so real that the meditator starts to believe them to be external truths. But yoga philosophy says, these are all creations of our own mind. Mental stability and yoga practice. In yoga, special emphasis is placed on mental balance and discipline. If meditation is not done under proper guidance, the experiences can also be frightening. A yogi can control their focus and use these images correctly. A mentally unstable person who is plagued by fear, anxiety, or imbalance can generate uncontrolled and distressing images, which can confuse them. This is why it is advised to practice yoga under the supervision of a guru or guide. The essence of these images is that they reflect the states of our consciousness. Through meditation and practice, a person can understand these deep secrets of their mind and use these energies positively through mental discipline. A yogic perspective, physical or mental reality. When a person meditates, they connect with deep images and energies hidden within their subconscious mind. In the initial stages of meditation, the meditator passes through states like the earthly realm, the netherworld or the ancestral realm, the root and sacral chakras. Upon the awakening of these chakras, the meditator may experience ghosts, ancestors, and unseen forces. This is because these energies are within our mental structure and our perceptions shape them. A meditator with strong faith and mental power can communicate with these images, but this communication is a result of imagination, not external reality. For example, Karnapisachini, considered to be a fortune-telling power, is actually the power of a person's subconscious mind, which manifests as intuition. Manipura chakra, the origin of heavens and deities. When a seeker reaches the Manipura chakra, they connect with energies that feel like heaven. At this level, the mind enters a higher mental realm. Here, images of deities are projections of the mind, not external beings. The first step towards self-realization. Yoga teaches us that instead of thinking of deities as separate beings outside of us, we should look within and try to understand our own consciousness. This is the first step towards self-realization. Our question is, yogis who deeply understand yoga and tantra believe that all supernatural beings, ghosts, ancestors, gods, are projections of our own minds. Can this perspective help us live a life free from fear? Answer: yes. This perspective helps us understand that the root of fear is our own mind. When we realize that ghosts or gods are mental symbols, then we are free from their influence. This increases self-confidence, and we can live a free life, embracing scientific thinking. The power is within you. Understand fear and free yourself from it. Awaken your consciousness through yoga and meditation. True knowledge of meditation and yoga can empower us mentally and spiritually. In Sanatana Dharma, in the era before Buddha, every person had their own personal deity, a personal god for the individual, a family god for the family, and a village god for the village. Back then, people could choose any deity they liked or even make their own, which is why there were so many deities in Sanatana Dharma. Practitioners would make clay idols, worship them, and then immerse them in water, so nobody knew about them. Later, people became lazy and started making permanent idols. When the Puranas, ancient Hindu scriptures, were written, people assigned deities to families. At that time, there were no goddesses. Even in the Devi Saptashati, a Hindu religious text, Saraswati is referred to as a male deity because she was just energy. Later, she was given a female form. When Sanatana Dharma became Hinduism, everything got mixed up, and people started worshipping based on what the priests said without understanding. That's why deities don't seem to work these days. If you want them to work, connect with your own personal deity, not the deity in the temple, because those are just statues, not deities. The basic meaning of Tantra is awakening the energy and taking it to a higher consciousness. Some people use Tantra for negative purposes, but it only has a mental effect. If Tantra could really harm someone, then no powerful person would be alive. If it were so effective, then countries like America, Russia, or China would use it as their military power, not spend money on nuclear weapons. Yogis believe that this is just the marketing of fear and superstition, which some people use to run their business. The business of fear and religious beliefs. If you are afraid, anyone can control you. This is why temples, tantrics, pandits, and religious leaders do business with fear. If people start living without fear, this whole system will collapse. Can lemons, chilies, and vermilion absorb negativity? The yogi's answer is very logical. If lemons and chilies could really absorb negativity, why do we use them in our food? If vermilion wards off ghosts, then why is it considered auspicious in weddings? Actually, this is just a trick to control the mind, so that people remain fearful and some people can take advantage of them. Can a tantric really be powerful? Yogi told a story of a tantric who practiced for years in a cremation ground. All his powers were taken away in just 15 minutes by a simple ja'akri, shaman, when he invoked Shiva and Shakti by playing the drums. If Tantra was so powerful, then these tantrics would be the biggest kings and rulers. But they are often poor, ignorant, and people who sell fear. How to be free from fear? If you're scared by seeing things like lemons, vermilion powder, or chilies used in rituals, you're falling under their influence. The yogi solution is simple. Pick it up without fear. Place it in front of your deity and say, "Oh Shiva Shakti, bring the person who put this here, and the one who told them to do it, before me by tomorrow." The next day, cut the lemon and drink its juice. You will see that those who did this ritual will come before you themselves. Tell them that if they do this again, they will face the consequences. The yogi explained that supernatural powers, ghosts, ancestors, gods, all are products of our own minds. Tantra, mantras, and fear are just businesses based on ignorance and superstition. If you become fearless, then no one can control you mentally. True power is not outside, but within you. Now the decision is yours. Do you want to live in fear your whole life, or do you want to understand the truth once and be free? Social media and the business of superstition. Today, social media, especially YouTube, has become a major platform where people share their thoughts, experiences, and knowledge. But this same platform is also being misused rapidly. The marketing of fear and superstition. Almost every YouTuber is making podcasts based on ghosts, magic, and supernatural powers. These videos show scary stories, rituals, exorcisms, and other things that spread superstition. People are doing all this just to get views and money without thinking about its impact on society. They're only thinking about the views and the money. It's like selling something poisonous just because people like it, without a thought about how it will harm society. The business of fear and society's new slavery. India suffered slavery for hundreds of years, but now these YouTubers and mystics are pushing people into mental slavery. Instead of thinking for themselves, people are getting trapped in the false web of magic and ghosts. This is the new slavery, where people, because of their fear, are becoming subjects of these mystics and frauds. Do these spiritual healers really have powers? Yogi said, if someone really has supernatural powers, why would they need to advertise? If someone can really remove negativity, why are they selling classes for money? If someone can bring balance to life with their secret knowledge, why do they need to come on a podcast and tell everyone? Black clothes and theatrics, just a psychological trick. Most of the tantrics and sadhus on social media always wear black. It's just a mind game to make people think they are powerful. But have you ever wondered, if ghosts were really powerful, why do they only come through doors? Why not windows? This is because it's all in your head, not reality. Lack of responsibility towards society. These YouTubers and so-called mystics don't care about society. They only have one goal: to make money by selling fear. Millions of people are watching this nonsense and following the same path. If this continues, society will go back to the mental slavery of 100 years ago. Conclusion. Break free from fear, embrace science and reason. The business of superstition and fear is just a mind trap. If someone claims to have miraculous powers, the first question to ask is, if it's really effective, then why is this person selling it? The ultimate truth. True power lies within you. Let go of fear and embrace scientific thinking and self-confidence. Ghosts, tantric powers, or gods and goddesses are creations of the mind. These things might seem mysterious and interesting, but believing in them and being afraid is like being a prisoner of your own mind. Yoga and mantras. Yoga is a science that helps you break free from these illusions. If you're afraid, regularly chant mantras of Shiva or Shakti, like Om Namah Shivaya or Om Durgaya Namah. This will make you mentally stronger. Great thoughts. Swami Vivekananda. Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge, but it must be tested by logic. To watch more powerful and interesting videos, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. With your support, we will continue to bring more educational content. Thank you. Remember, the true power lies within you. Just recognize it.